Greetings, family. This is RasTafari of the Now Church channel. I greet you in the name of the Infinite Most High, Jah RasTafari, King Alpha and Queen Omega. Let's get right into it. Crack and gangster rap were used to keep black people down. African descendants, especially in the United States, were sabotaged from our natural development by the elites, placing corruption and temptation into our community, which has already been in a desperate state. The thing is, without integrity, we will never be free. The white supremacist elites' old strategy was the typical overwork, oppression, lynching, and exclusion from equal opportunity. That method, though, tends to eventually create strength and resolution and integrity among the victims, which famed philosopher Hegel suggested, and it can facilitate the rise of the self-sufficiency and even dominance of the victims. That process had manifested in Black Wall Street at Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1906, but typically it was destroyed by rioting whites in 1921. That process would have kept repeating and continued until we would have become unstoppable. So a new strategy had to be implemented. That new strategy was introduced into the hip-hop rap culture. The pro-black justice focus of much of the early hip-hop had to be counteracted and stopped. So the alphabet agencies introduced crack cocaine into the ghetto areas, focusing especially on Southern California with its rival gangs. Then came Gangsta Rap. Eazy-E, NWA, Ice-T, and others of the same ilk. They introduced to America as a whole, to the masses of America, a new image of the young black man, of a disrespectful thug who objectivizes women while having a low self-esteem and flexes such as popular sneakers, rims, gold chains, and grills as a means to impress others and feel worthy. Gangster rap was indeed a super profitable business model that many brothers and sisters would sign up for and become gatekeepers for, so that they would be able to have the wealth that it provides. I know I am not the only one who has heard about the meetings between record executives and the prison industrial complex. Follow the money. Through these influences, the black community has dwindled morally, and we have ended up on a negative downward spiral. The elites have choked the dialectic by a flood of corruption. That is why we have a flourishing gang culture and youth crime, with majority of broken homes, and hypersexual promiscuous culture, and celebrities having anything goes freak-off parties. These, of course, can be used as a blackmail tool to keep the secrets secret. Spirituality alone cannot solve this problem, and certainly not immediately, as practical actions must be taken. But righteous spirituality is the ultimate solution. It must be a regular practice, constantly in the background, working quietly. Now, how can we support black businesses when the integrity is not there in so many of them, and so many are just money grabs, like Jay Morrison's Tulsa Real Estate Fund? Living with a culture of integrity is the only way to redress this problem. That and doing for self as a race. We have no friends among the other groups. As far as possible, we need to support black businesses and organizations. Unless you have trustworthy connections in a nation or nations on the African continent, it does not make sense to move there immediately. We should look for ways to facilitate trade in the triangle of North America, the Caribbean, and the African continent. After networking and organizing as a nation in the U.S., we need to make connections to the Caribbean nations with those who are on the same integrity tip, so we can move there if need be. Travel arrangements can now be made straight from certain Caribbean nations to the African continent. The hard drug and gang culture must be eradicated. The means for doing this would be proper upbringing with both parents, training and financial opportunities for the youth, churches and organizations that are pro-black and pro-moral integrity. As Black liberator Marcus Garvey said, "Rise, ye mighty people, you can accomplish what you will." If we do not make this move or some moves like it, it will show that we do not have enough self-love and moral fortitude to be truly free. I have started a business to connect black people to black businesses of integrity in the realms of spirituality, physical health, and finances. So if you have a need for information or services in those areas, or just want to support this work, please contact I and let us reason. As First Rasta Leonard Percival Howell said, "Your work lives after you, so do as much good for as many as you can, for as long as you can." Blessings of Jah, Rastafari, unto all of I and I. Be well and be of integrity. Jah, Rastafari.